Okay, this is my review on Mass Effect 3. First and foremost, Mass Effect has got to be one of the best series I have ever been a part of. From Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2, even 3, when you're able to make all these amazing decisions and choose the path that you want to be. If you want to be a renegade that says fuck you to everybody and just kicks everybody down, that you can be that person. Or you could be that guy or girl that unites the galaxy and worries about pissing off certain people, and you're willing to sacrifice a few things to make sure that, in the end, everybody's going to be united. The great thing about Mass Effect 3 is it does a wonderful job at making you fall in love with these characters. You bond with these characters almost like they're family and real friends, and it's an amazing thing that I give really good props to BioWare for. I appreciated the dialogue in this game, especially the gameplay. And there's something just so satisfying of being able to command your team with the Kinect on Mass Effect 3. Even though apparently I don't articulate my words well enough, and things like singularity got kind of confusing for Liara. I don't know why. And I noticed a problem when I was rebeating it now as my female ship, who is a biotic person, and when I say singularity, I mean me singularity, but Liara's using singularity, and I'm left like, well, what's the point of me being a biotic if you're doing what I want to do? It's kind of confusing, but I know that you could change that pretty easily by doing the wheel of death, but it kind of gets frustrating after some time. Another problem I have with the Kinect was saying things like first aid. Doesn't understand first aid for some reason, but I got around that by assigning that to a quick button Y, which helped me immensely my second playthrough for my first Shepard, who was an infiltrator and pretty badass. But the series is wonderful. I had, so many ups and downs in this series. I was adoring all the new personality and all the dialogue, especially between Garrus and pretty much anybody. You walk into a room, here's Garrus telling jokes, James or Joker, and I'm laughing my ass off like a moron, like, oh my god, that's so funny. But you run into other things like Tali, who I romanced in 2 and then cheated on her with Kaidan. Sorry. I'm actually kind of happy that I left her, though. Not because I'm a dick, but she was an amazing character. But I think they kind of ruined her in 3. She kind of got very two-dimensional, and everything that was surrounded around her was very, very strange, like in a way that I didn't feel connected to her in the way that I did in 2, especially when, granted, I had cheated on her with Kaidan before I met her again in 3, and when she saw me, she's like, hey, let me walk in at the end of the conversation that you're having with all the other admirals, and I'm like, what? Where were you during this entire conversation? Were you just waiting for a dramatic entrance where you're like, oh, I'm an admiral, what up? I was kind of like, what? And she also very quickly learns that I was cheating on her with Kaidan, which I thought was very interesting. By the way, yeah, I know you couldn't wait for me, but I know that you're with Kaidan now. Oh, okay. No, don't know how you figure that out pretty quickly. Can't we have like a dialogue about this? It's not even like, are you sure you want to be with Kaidan? It was just kind of like, fuck it. Whatever. I'll go fuck Garrus later. I don't care. And I was like, oh my. Which I thought was, I didn't really know what to make of that when I opened that door and there's Tali and Garrus kind of face crashing thing going on, and I was like, oh, I'm a little jealous right now. I mean, I know I cheated on you, but literally you just found this out like 10 minutes ago. Come on, my god, did you even care? But, that's whatever. I'm okay with it. But I actually accidentally romanced Kaidan, because I tried to romance him in Mass Effect 1 as my male ship, but he was kind of like, bitch, get away. And I was like, whoa, okay, I thought that maybe I could romance you. I thought that this was an option for me, but it wasn't, so I was like, fuck Ashley, she's a bitch. Liara, I love you to death, but I only romance her as my female ship because why wouldn't you? And then when Mass Effect 3, he's like, hey, Shep, let's go out for some dinner. And I was like, okay, that's kind of strange. And then he's like, yeah, let's get some really fancy drink. And I was like, where's this conversation going? And then he confesses his love for me, and I'm sitting here staring at the screen like, oh my god, I can romance Kaidan, but I'm with Tali. Do I really want to cheat on her with Kaidan? I really do, but I will feel guilt for the rest of my life for this. And so I just stared up into the ceiling and I screamed, oh my god, I don't know. And my Connect automatically chose to be in a relationship with Kaidan. So just like that, I became Gay Shepherd, and I was like, whatever, moving on with my life. But anyways, that's one thing I wanted to thank BioWare for. Thank you for allowing more gay relationships, and a lot of people might not agree with it, but they have to understand that gay people do exist. Commander Shepard can be a total badass and save and unite the world and have a gay lover. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. The game continued to surprise me and devastate me and throw me into horrible amounts of tears. Tears at every corner of every galaxy. But it was a good tears. It was, I think when I lost Mordin, that killed me inside, because all I could think is, oh my god, what did I do wrong? How can I stop them? There's something I did wrong. I need to go back and rebeat this game. I have to be able to save him. I can't handle this. And watching him sacrifice himself was the most inspiring and tragic thing I think I've ever seen in a game, because I adored Mordin like no other, and it still cracks me up when I walked into the bedroom in the second game, and he's like, you must have a crush on me because you're always in here. And I was like, dude, the upgrades are in here, man. It's not about you. But it was very sad to see him go. And I greatly miss him, and I greatly appreciate the way that BioWare handled it, because they didn't make his death a senseless death. He had a very big role to play, and I'm glad that he went down the way he did. And then there was Thane, who, again, tears of sadness to see him go, but at the same time I was thinking, Thane doesn't have much to live, and you know this in the second game, and, he gave the last bits of his life to die as a hero, even though he was a hero no matter what. But so I respected the way that he went out as well, and the part where he, says a prayer for your soul, that felt good. But it also, tears. I kind of wanted his son, Koliak, I believe it is, Koliak, to join me, but he kind of was just like, my dad's dead, bye. And I'm like, oh, okay. Could at least, help the war that he'd been helping me with, but I kind of felt like that was a missed opportunity. But then there was Legion, who died, and I was actually pretty upset about that. I didn't bond well with Legion for the simple fact that he was always the last mission that I did, and the second one, because I really had no other choice, because the IFF thing, and then your crew dies if you don't get there fast enough, so I only ever had time for one mission with Legion. But I greatly appreciated his character and his development between 2 and 3, even though when I got to him in 2 or 3, I was like, I don't know if you're indoctrinated. Please don't come back to kick me in the balls. And it didn't, and he sacrifices his soul, or his being at the end, and I thought that was a very beautiful sentiment, where he calls himself I am sorry, Shepard, instead of we are sorry, and I was like, oh my god, Legion. And then he was gone, but he gave life to the Geth, and I had actually no idea that if you didn't have high enough Paragon, really, really terrible things happened. I saw it on YouTube, and I thought that it was actually very brilliant, where if you choose Legion over Tally, then Tally, removes her mask like she does in the Paragon decision, but instead of everybody being okay in the end, she fucking suicides. And I was like, oh my god, that would have been even worse that she killed herself because I had cheated on her, but I'm glad I had enough high Paragon to save her, so that was good. And so the game, it puts you on a roller coaster, and it touches your heart, and it makes you very happy. And then there's the end. And the end, I'm not going to say it's the worst possible ending that BioWare could have ended with, because I think it was actually a brilliant idea, a brilliant concept. It was just not executed correctly. I mean, I love this thought that you're left like going, what the fuck just happened? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that didn't happen. Shepard's fighting something in his head. He's indoctrinated, and